Hi, Year 11s. I hope you're doing okay at home. I'm going to show you this really short prac, which is called Amphiprotic Substances in Water. So, I hope you know what an amphiprotic substance is by now. It's really hard to say. It's a substance that can act as an acid or a base because it has the ability to donate or accept an electron depending on its situation. So it's a really kind of chill type of chemical. It can go either way. All right, so this experiment is basically, I'm just going to measure the pH of a bunch of different amphiprotic substances. So I've got sodium bicarbonate, which is bicarb soda, or sodium hydrogen carbonate, however you want to say it. I've got sodium hydrogen sulfate. I've got disodium phosphate, so that's Na2HPO4. And I've got sodium dihydrogen phosphate, so that's NaH2PO4. You should have all of these chemical names on your prac sheet or whatever your teacher has provided you with. Okay, I have my pH meter here, and the pH reading is here. So I'm just going to go through them and test the pH, and you can write them down, and then you can, hypothesize what that means. So the first one we're going to test is sodium bicarb, which is crazy that it's amphiprotic because, you always assume that sodium bicarb is just basic. Anyway, all of the solutions are 0.1 molar. That's why I'm not wearing gloves, because I don't like to waste things, and these are dilute solutions. So anyway, I've rinsed this in water. Now let's pop it in here. We'll just give it a little bit to settle. All right, so the first chemical that you're taking down the pH of is sodium hydrogen carbonate, or bicarb, 0.1 molar solution. So take down that pH. All right, great. Now I'll put that aside. Rinse my pH probe. And the next one we're going to try is sodium hydrogen sulfate, or also called sodium bisulfate, which I don't really understand because it doesn't have two sulfate ions. Anyway, whatever. It's sodium hydrogen sulfate. Again, this is 0.1 molar. So maybe think about what pH you think it's going to be before I stick it in. All right. So there we go. This is 0.1 molar sodium hydrogen sulfate. It is clearly very different to the sodium hydrogen carbonate. Right. It seems to be fluctuating, plus or minus 0.05-ish. So take down an approximate of the pH for this sodium hydrogen sulfate. Okay, that's that one. Now the next pH I'm going to measure is disodium phosphate, Na2HPO4. Disodium phosphate, again, it is 0.1 molar, so it's quite weak. Put a little bit in there. And let's go. Okay, so before I do this again, think about what pH you think it's going to be. Sodium or disodium phosphate. All right. Yep, that's stabilized. So take down the pH of the disodium phosphate. Cool. Now for the last amphiprotic substance, I'm going to look at monosodium phosphate, or also called sodium dihydrogen phosphate. They all have multiple names, but this one has 2 hydrogens and 1 sodium. So again, hypothesize where you think the pH might be. Sodium dihydrogen phosphate. And then I'm going to measure it for you. And there you have it. We have measured the pH of 4 different amphiprotic substances. I hope this gives you some clarity. Thanks for watching.